Hey everybody, welcome back to another wild and crazy episode. Today I'm coming at you live once again from glorious Greece. This is one of the episodes in this series that's filmed on location here in southwestern Peloponnesos, about an hour west of Kalamata, and I'm thrilled to bring you a recipe that is older than dirt when it comes to Greek cuisine. Today I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful Hilopites in tomato sauce with chicken. Hilopites are these gorgeous little squares that are of pasta that, if you know somebody who's Greek or you're Greek yourself, you know what, you probably grew up with this. Absolutely gorgeous, simple to make, and all done in one pot. The star of our show here is Harriet. We're gonna really miss Harriet. She really gave it her all for this dish, believe me. She's a 4.5 pound bird. Chances are she had a boyfriend up until yesterday. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, first things first, to get us going, I'm gonna preheat my burner here, because here these stoves in Europe are like the steel kind of elements, and they take like a couple of minutes just to heat up and get going. All right, so now my bird is cut up. It is ready to go. Now, before I actually start browning it off, I need to wash my hands, safety first, and we'll take it from there. All right, so now it's showtime. Time to get the show on the road, get our chicken browning. Of course, first things first, I'm gonna add my Greek extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna add about half a cup or so. Want to go generous on this. And I want to get this browning off. And as usual with chicken, it's gonna be skin side down. Now, as our chicken is browning or starts working, time to season up. And I'm gonna start with a little bit of salt. Perfect. A little bit of pepper. You can go generous on the pepper, dish can handle it. Totally fine. And let that go for a few minutes until all your chicken is browned, and we'll take it from there. All right, now, as this is browning off, let's not waste time. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna grab a knife and start chopping up my onion. And for this, you're gonna need one onion, nice and easy. And don't be a hero. Just do the best you can, whether it's a coarse chop or a fine chop, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just do what you are comfortable with. And above all else, safety first in the kitchen. All right, so now the last of our chicken is finished browning off. It's browned off beautifully. Love it. It's exactly what I want. Now, let me just put this out of here. Oh, a little piece of skin. Skin and fat in this case is flavored. So that's perfect. Let me just leave that there. Next part of this now is we're gonna start building our sauce and the flavor profile of our sauce. So, my chopped up onion is gonna go in. I just can't get enough of that sizzle. Wow. I'm also gonna take a couple of cloves of garlic and real quick, just smash and peel them. Nothing too complicated at all, as per usual. And all I'm gonna do is real quick, just cut them up into little bits and put them in our sauce, or in our onions with that are browning with our olive oil. And now our olive oil is being infused with that gorgeous flavor of the browning chicken. Yeah, exactly. Give this a quick. Again, I have to apologize for the one camera angle. I'm in Greece and I'm kind of shooting this impromptu, but it's more the recipe I want you to get more than anything else. So that's working great there. Perfect. Because I'm in Greece and I have access to, for example, fruits and veggies that typically I wouldn't have at home in Toronto, especially at this time of year. It's very early April. I'm gonna show you how to make this in the purely traditional style, which is grated tomato instead of the typical crushed tomato that I would use at home. Either way is totally fine, believe me, it will totally work. In this case, because I have access to fresh, ripe tomatoes, guaranteed I'm gonna go for it that way. I will tell you a little trick now to this in terms of grating your tomatoes and kind of separating the peel from the pulp. At the bottom here, right here, you do a small little X, just like that. And what will happen now is, as you grate, the tomato will it'll pry apart and it'll expose you to the pulp without actually getting much of the peel in. And I'll show you what I mean. This is the way they did it many years ago, before they had actual crushed tomatoes that came in a package or a can and ready to go. This is fact, and look, there's my tomato peel. Same deal here. I'm actually going to do this with both tomatoes at the same time. Give them a quick X here, and this one as well, and get going. Now that our tomatoes are in there, the next step to this is reintroducing our chicken to the pot. And very simply, just take your chicken, throw it in there. What the hell? The whole thing in there, just like that. Perfect. Get all the juices in there as well, because that's where all your flavor is. Next step to this is take some water and pretty much add enough water to cover your chicken. Because at this point now what we're going to do is, once the water is added, I'm going to add the final ingredient to this, which is, of course, with all Greek dishes or Greek tomato sauces, about a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Now, our dish is ready to go, sans the Hilopites. So we're going to let this go for about 30 minutes or so. You're going to bring this up to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to reduce heat, cover, and simmer. All right, it's been about 45 minutes or so, and now it's time for my favorite part, which is the Hilopites. These Hilopites are organic, they are naturally made, and they are these tiny little squares. You can see here how fantastic they are. And along with our pasta or our Hilopites, I'm gonna also add a little bit more water to help with the cooking process of the Hilopites. So now, these take no time at all. Literally, they will take maybe 10 minutes, and they'll come up to a nice consistency as well. They're gonna thicken up our sauce and our chicken, and it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. All right, the moment of truth now. This is ready to go. I can't wait to just dig in. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab my plate real quick, and I'm gonna show you exactly what's what. I'm gonna take a little drumstick. The chicken is literally falling off the bone with some Hilopites, just like that. This is absolutely fantastic. But in keeping with true Greek tradition, what I'm also gonna do, there is no self-respecting Greek within mainland or the islands within Greece that doesn't have this, and that is some freshly grated mizithra. And for this, I'm just gonna take a little bit and just pour it around my plate here, and it's gonna add a little extra salty or a little brininess to this dish, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'm also just gonna grab a quick fork here. This is really hot, but get ready to see Ken do the happy dance. Oh my gosh, if you guys could only taste this. Thank you, Harriet. Mmm. Holy shit, this is good. Mmm. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely, oh my gosh. Mmm. The Hilopita is done perfectly. It is done more than al dente, but you don't care about that because you're going for texture here. Look at this, I'm gonna grab another piece here of chicken with my Hilopites. This is fantastic. And for this meal here, you are looking at approximately about 1.5 liters of water, give or take. Keep in mind, you're gonna play with the water or the liquid level to get it to the consistency that you want. You may want it on the thicker side like this, where you eat it with a fork. If you choose, you can have it with a spoon, a little on the runnier side. It is totally, totally fine. Whatever you prefer is totally cool. Now, next part of this, feel free to kick it up with a little bit of spice. I got mine on the tame side, I didn't add anything else. But at the point where you're sauteing your onion and garlic, you may want to throw in a little bit of chili pepper, spice it up a little bit, totally fine. So this meal here, I've done with about 500 grams of Hilopites. This is enough to easily feed 6 people. Seriously, it's a lot of food in one pot. So I hope you guys try this. It's an excellent dish, traditional dish. You're not gonna find this in any restaurant. It's not something that typically is served on restaurant menus, but it is served all over Greece, everywhere. It doesn't matter where you're from. And I thank you very much for watching. Please smash that like button. I love getting likes. What I love even more is getting new subscribers and adding to our little family here and letting it grow. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, again, I thank you so much for watching. I'm Ken. Bye for now.